So Ormonde Jayne just came out with a brand new fragrance. If you've been following the brand, you know that they have put out a number of really wonderful fragrances, many of which I've covered on the channel in the past. This is called Vanille d'Afriques Intensivo. This is supposed to evoke the sensation of spending a quiet evening in Africa. I'm really excited to give you my thoughts on this vanilla, carrot seed, coriander, bergamot, iris fragrance, so make sure to stay tuned. Now, before I begin today's episode and I give you my thoughts on this brand new fragrance by Ormonde Jayne Vanille d'Afriques Intensivo, I want to start the video off first by saying that if you're a fan of fragrance-related content, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, and also please give this video a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm. It would really mean a lot to me. So, of course, with a name like Vanille d'Afriques, this is going to be a vanilla-based fragrance. So you have vanilla, you have a little bit of iris, I think a touch of jasmine in here as well. You have pink pepper, which can be a little spicy, a little rosy, but then of course you also have this duality between coriander and carrot seed. In the dry down, you do have amber, you have a little bit of musk, if I'm remembering correctly, vetiver. So it's earthy, it's sweet, it's spicy, it's smooth. It seems to tick many boxes for people. It's all going to be a matter of personal taste, though, in terms of whether you're going to like this one or not. It's not an overly sweet fragrance. So, of course, with vanilla being in the name of the perfume, you would expect it to be a very vanilla-forward fragrance, and while it is, it's not too sweet. I would say it's a vanilla-dominated amber fragrance, and it's one that you definitely have to try. I'm going to leave all of the links down below, not affiliate links to this product, and this is not a sponsored video either. I just want to make it easy for you guys to access more information about the fragrance. In any case, I will show you the presentation despite the fact that it's just a travel atomizer, but I do think it looks very nice. So let's go ahead and kick things off with the presentation. Now, in the opening of this fragrance, you are going to get the namesake of the perfume. You will get the vanilla in here. And like I said before, it's not going to be a super heavy vanilla. It's actually a really nice combination between vanilla and vetiver. And at times, it kind of reminds me of Bal d'Afrique by Byredo. It also reminds me a little bit of Dubai Reverie by Vive Amour Parfum. So it's kind of in that family, if you will. It's kind of like a sweet vetiver type of a fragrance, but the spicy elements really add this charming allure to the fragrance. The carrot seed, you have the coriander, and even the pink pepper that's in here is really nicely done. But the smoothness is established on account of orris butter. And it's not buttery, it's not butyric, it's not powdery, and it doesn't smell like lipstick either. It's just smooth. So if you can imagine a smooth, slightly sweet, ambery fragrance with an earthy undercurrent, that's what you're going to get from this fragrance. It's very well pieced together. The thing about it is that it's not too loud. The longevity is there, but it's not too loud. So it will radiate within an arm's length, right? It's not going to give you this enormous scent cloud. There are some Ormonde Jayne fragrances that will do that. Some, like Gatsby 22, are kind of on the more quiet side of things, but I actually really admire that about the brand. Some fragrances are more versatile in terms of how loudly they project, and some are more of like a sensual, romantic, between the sheets, as some people say, type of a fragrance. And I think this is one that will give you that subtle aura, but it beckons people to get closer to you. So this is a sweet amber with an earthy tendency, not overly musky, but I think the clean musk and the dry down combines with the clean floral components of the heart, namely the orris and the jasmine, and a tiny bit of freshness on account of the bergamot. But again, this is not a citrus overdose by any means. Gatsby 22 is a fantastic citrus-based fragrance with orange blossom and some other ingredients in there, but just using that as a frame of reference so you can understand how loud I perceive the citrus to be in this one. Really wonderful. Versatile in many regards. I'll talk about that in just a second. So let's go ahead and finish things off with my overall assessment. So first up, in terms of the uniqueness and the overall smell, I did compare it to a couple other fragrances throughout the course of this video, but at the end of the day, if you do a side-by-side, you will see that this one definitely stands out. Longevity on this one is about 7 to 8 hours on skin. Projection for this one, like I said, within an arm's length for about 45 minutes. It didn't become an elbow's length scent until around hour 5, a skin scent right around hour 7. In terms of the versatility, perfectly unisex. You can dress this one up, dress it down. It will appeal to anybody of any age. Myself personally, I would wear this one in the hotter weather. I think there are many other options from the Ormonde Jayne brand that can be worn very comfortably in the colder weather. So this is one I would probably save for the hotter weather, which thankfully we're in now. And in terms of the presentation, I've shown you the full-size bottles of even the more recent presentation on this channel. This is just a travel atomizer, but it still looks classy. My final verdict on this fragrance is it's a vanilla dominant amber fragrance with an earthy undercurrent and some clean florals in the heart. Please try this fragrance if you have the opportunity to do so. Brand new release from the Ormonde Jayne brand. And that's another thing. You can guarantee you're pretty much not going to smell like anybody else with this being brand new, hot off the press, proverbially speaking. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the review. If you did, leave a like, support the channel by subscribing to it, hit the bell. Thank you again so much for joining me today. I love you all, and we'll see you tomorrow with a new episode. Bye.